Part of the reason why I wanted to have you on, Max, is I wanted to see if your hair is actually on fire because that's the way you play football.
Yeah, I love it.
So I could describe to the radio audience right now, your hair is not on fire. That is just the way you play. Where is this motor coming from, Max?
You know, my whole career, um, I've always been a guy who plays hard and works hard and things of that nature. But going into this off season, going into my third year in the NFL, for me, I really had to look in the mirror and was like, okay, I know I'm a good player. I know I can make plays, but I want to be able to do it at a high level for an entire season. I want to be a dominant type player, and that's always been, my goal. To be the best I can be. So this offseason, I just really paid attention to all the little things. As far as nutrition, recovery, all those things. I got those in order, and I have a routine that is just crazy. Every single day, and I've been doing it for 8 months straight now. So once the season got here, I was more than ready to go. Training camp went really well, and I'm just, I'm in the best shape I've ever been in my life, and in a great space mentally and physically. So I get to show up on Sundays, and there's no stress, there's no anxiety because I know the work I'm putting in during the week. So once I get to game day, it's just like, all right, now I get to really have fun and show everybody what I've been working for.
And so, what's your goal? What is your goal, Max?
I'm a guy that I don't like to put a number on anything. I don't like to say, all right, yeah, I'm gonna go out and have this amount of whatever. My goal, is to be the best version of me every single day. I literally take life one day at a time. That's my main goal. Just to be as productive as I can every single day. And I think that just adds up. So for me, in the long run, I truly want to be a Hall of Fame player. That's my goal overall. So a lot of people might look at me sideways when I say that, but for me, it's something that I could look towards. Like, that's my overall goal. And if I don't make it there, I know I'm going to put in the work every single day and work my absolute hardest to get as close as I can to that goal. So I can't really be disappointed if I put, my absolute effort into everything.
How has Gus Bradley's arrival and being your DC helped Maxx Crosby?
Coach Bradley, just the confidence he brings, and just the energy he brings to the table. You're showing up to work every single day, like looking forward to practice and looking forward to, like, being in those meetings because just his energy is contagious. We all, like, our group, it's hard to describe. We really have a special, like, a bond on the field. I was just talking to one of my coaches today about it. And I really trust the guy next to me. Like, Quentin Jefferson, Solomon Thomas, Jonathan Hankins, those Yannick Ngakoue, all those guys, like, I know they're gonna do their job. I know Denzel Perryman, if that ball is running in the A gap, he is sticking his head in there and knocking somebody out. It's the first time it's been like this for me in a long time. Like, just that trust, that level of trust is at a different level right now. And it's just, it's obviously we only played 3 games, but we've seen it during training camp, and now we're really just starting to see it every single week on film, and it's super encouraging.
So Gruden has a high energy match on the coaching staff. Is what you're saying, Maxx Crosby?
Yeah, I never thought anybody would match that energy, but yeah, Gus Bradley he's right there with them.
Okay, Crosby here prior to Monday Night Football between the Raiders and the Chargers. How does a kid from Texas wind up in Ypsilanti, Michigan? That's another question I wanted to ask you. I'm a Michigan guy. I'm a Wolverine, and down the road in Washtenaw County, Michigan is Eastern Michigan. How did you wind up there, Maxx Crosby?
Yeah, so originally I am from Michigan. I lived in Michigan until I was 10 years old. My whole family, for the most part, aunts, uncles, grandma, grandparents, they all live in Michigan still. But I moved to Texas when I was 10. So I ended up going to middle school and high school in Texas. And then when, I was trying to play college football, figuring that out, and the only offer I got, not one FCS school, the only school that offered was Eastern Michigan, and they were D1, and my goal was to go play D1. So I went to their camp, they offered me, and it took about 2 weeks for me to make my decision. I was like, I got family back there. It'd be awesome to go back to Michigan and do my thing. And, I'm getting to play D1 football. So even though we were 1-11 at the time and probably the worst team in college football, I looked at it as a challenge. Like, I want to, what sold me was, Max, come here. You can be a part of changing this thing around. And, going there and living in Ipsy and doing all that, it was an incredible experience. It was, it wasn't as flashy as Ann Arbor, but we got the job done. We went to some bowl games, and I had an absolute blast.
So, what was it like on that day of the draft, the third day of the draft, fourth round rolls around, and your phone rings? Is it Gruden? Is it Mayock? Who is it on the phone? Both?
It was Gruden initially. Yeah, the first 2 days super stressful, and then I got the call, and it was super. It was like 20 minutes in. I was the fourth pick on the third day, so
right.
I got the call, and I heard his voice, and it, like, in my head, it didn't register. I'm like, this. I thought I was being pranked. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, thank God, I know this voice. I know there's nobody that can imitate this voice.
Well, that's not true. There's Frank Caliendo. I mean, Caliendo could have got you, Max.
Yeah, it could have been Frank. Yeah, absolutely.
But it was the real deal. It was the real deal.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.